Hi, I am making a video because I inevitably will make like 10 of them because that's how I roll. The reason why I am in just this portion of the screen is because I am laying down and also don't feel like tilting the screen to make more of this visible. If I can take my glasses off, let's see. There, see? You can see my face. And nothing else. I'm just headless. Floating. Okay. What fucking page was that? It was like goddamn fucking... okay, yeah, I can't read the screen. Hold on. Brief pause. Okay. That was excellent. It was like 30 something. There is Vincent. Oh, that's when I first woke up. I know I didn't get drunk then. Let's see. Oh, here's where I'm stealing their food. So I know it's right before that. Which I would do again, but I think they might be here. Them being my roommates. Okay. Nope. Oh, there I am talking about my kitty video. For those of you who haven't seen the kitty video, don't look for it. It's something that should never, ever be exposed to humans. Okay. Why is this? This is a big thread. Why is this a big thread? Okay, expand. Am I even like visible? Oh yeah, just my eyes. You can see my eyes. Okay. Let me hold this over here. My face over there. Okay. This is by Queen Pink Icon. I always just call you Queen Island in my head, even though I know that's not your username, but it's close enough. So I mean, Queen Island. Talk to you. Oh, talk about you. Okay, you are cool. I remember how many it was fucking God, a long ass time ago. The first time you delurked, and there were just like 3 of us, and I think it was you, might have been Tab, not sure, and me, and but you were like the token straight person, and so now in my head, months late, or not months, but like a while later, you're the token straight person at all times. Like, that's how I think of you. Unless that wasn't you, and it was some other token straight person, in which case I'm terribly sorry for having confused you with some other heterosexual inadvertently. Talked about Australia. The closest I've been to Australia was Tahiti, in the Tahitian zone of little specks floating in the water, and I hated it. I'm sure that Australia is nothing like that, so I'm pretty sure that Australia is not like Tahiti, so I'm sure I would love Australia, particularly because Australia's Next Top Model is the best shit in the entire goddamn fucking universe. Like, oh my god, that's an A+ shit. Like, if you want actual, like, good modeling fucking shit, you watch the Australian one. If you just want to watch people being fucking retarded, then you watch the American one. But, no, I watch a lot of Australian TV. You probably haven't been subjected to this yet, but I love, H2O, just add water. Like, it's my deep dark secret. So, as an Australian, I expect you to know exactly what that is. And if you don't, then, well, You fail in all my expectations. And no, also, let's see, other Australian TV that I've watched. I watch a lot of TV, so I have to relate everything to television. Spirited on some fucking, like, cable channel or something is the best goddamn fucking show ever. I adored that. The first season ended. I don't know if there's gonna be a second one. But anyway, it's like 7 episodes. I fucking loved it. Best shit ever. So Australian TV is A+. I've watched Pact of the Rafters only because it has the dude from H2O, and it has the girl from Legend of the Seeker, which is also a massive love of mine. It was cut short too soon. It's been 5 minutes of me talking about my favorite Australian TV shows. But anyway, everyone should watch H2O because it has mermaids, and like, why wouldn't you watch that? Okay, how much do I want to go there? Only when it's not like fucking, you have a hole in the ozone layer. Like, I don't want to, I'm very fair as a result of never actually leaving my apartment more than 1 hour a week. So I don't want to, get skin cancer and all that. I'm not drunk enough for an Australian accent. That'll have to be a different video. But, okay. So your shit is done. And you're still online, which is great, because then you get to experience it instead of recording it. Like for Abby, who isn't even online right now, but I'm gonna record it anyway. This should be Abby, whatever your fucking username is. You have Grell as an icon. You know who you are. I talk to you all the time. You're #1 cutest in the community. We have a list, an unofficial list that's secret. Me and Megan, we have a list. And so you've actually circumvented that list, and you're on a new list now, as of today. But I haven't talked to Megan about this yet. I'll tell her on MSN later. But you're #1 on the new list that we've created just for you. And by we, I mean myself. So, yeah. Anyway, so Abby, you said to talk about my love for ONTDP. Well, I love it. That's why I've been here forever. If I didn't love it, I'd probably still do Free For All Friday, because I like to talk. But still. If you guys don't know how much I love ONTDP, then you haven't been paying attention. Because I'm not saying that there are other leaders that are, shit. But I'm saying that standard-wise, there may or may not be room for improvement among the leadership team. So, but I stick around and I live with that daily because I do love this community and everyone in it, but mostly all of you guys that are watching this video. The other members, if they aren't cool enough for Free For All Friday, then they're not cool enough for me to love them. My favorite animals are like manatees, which actually, this is Mr. Manatee. I am 22, and I have a stuffed manatee that I sleep with all the time, mostly because, it's... Would you say no to this face? Like, really? Would you be like, no, Mr. Mandy, I'm too old for you. You need to sleep in the corner by yourself now. Alone. Cry yourself to sleep. Really? Do you wanna say that to Mr. Manatee? Look at his little face. Look at this little face. You don't want to. No one wants to. So I love manatees, and hedgehogs, and frogs, and ginger, which is not, Ginger's not an animal, but Ginger's my baby, so he, she, undecided, is sort of counts as an animal. Places I'd like to visit. See, after this one, I'm gonna have to stop this because it's been. No, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna skip Megan wanting me to talk about her. I'm gonna skip Abby wanting me to talk about her, and I'll skip down to Vincent wanting me to talk about him. And then I can do the other two in a different video when I'm drunker. Because for Vincent, I should actually probably be somewhat sober since I have, like, actual real life things to talk to him or about relating to him. So, can't sober up. So, anyway, places I'd like to visit. There's only one. It's Iceland. That's the only place I want to go. It's the only vacation I want to do. If you don't live in Iceland, then I don't want to visit you. That's not true. I want to visit everybody that I'm friends with. But, like, I'd prefer if we could take all the people that I wanted to meet up with and we could all just kind of, like, congregate in Iceland. Would be the ideal. You know, instead of me having to, like, go to your countries that aren't volcanic and also tundra, with puffins. You know, like, if your country doesn't have puffins, I'm not gonna want to visit. Or, like, glaciers, or a volcano. Like, if you don't have all three of those things combined, I'm not gonna visit you. So Iceland is the only place that I want to visit. Like, nowhere else. Sorry. I've been other places. I've been all kinds of other places. I hate everywhere else. Hate. Nothing I hate more than tropical places, okay? You can keep your fucking Hawaii and your fucking Tahiti and your fucking, like, warm dots in the middle of the ocean that could totally float away if there were an earthquake, despite what everybody else says. And, like, no. You know what isn't tropical? Iceland. So, like, let's be real here. Like, everywhere else in the world pales by comparison. So, okay. So that's places I'd like to visit. So skipping, talking about how much I love some people. Okay, Vincent. This would be username VWS007. That's because those are his initials. Vincent. You guys may or may not be aware of this. I've known Vincent longer than anybody else that I'm friends with online. Mostly because I met him practically before the internet existed. We've known each other for 10 years. We met in, it was 7th grade for me, which was, God, a really long time ago. Yeah, it's been 10 years. And basically I went to private school and church, and he was at that church and all of that. That's how we met. And then went to different schools and stuff, but we knew each other through church, and then stayed friends, all of that. And it's, it's great, because, like, I mean, I have a few, like, real life people I know that I've dragged onto the internet and all of that, but it's not always easy. So, it's always good to have, a few of the, like, real people that actually, when I'm like, Jesus goddamn motherfucking shit, my mother is a fucking cunt whore. To have a couple people that are like, I know your mother, and that is a true statement, so I don't feel like just some crazy person. So Vincent and I, he I'm going to educate you all on him now, because he doesn't do a good job of blabbing on about his shit himself. He's in his last year of getting an entomology degree, which is why I always talk to him about bug shit, because he likes bugs, that's what he studies. So he's gonna be he doesn't even know what he wants to do with it yet. He's just gonna do some sort of vague bug-related thing for the rest of his life. And he's been wanting to get into entomology, like, fucking the entire time I've known him. So it's not like it's a big surprise when he's like, oh yeah, I'm majoring in entomology. I was like, wow, you've only been wanting to do that for, like, 8 years. So he has some stories about, like, bugs and shit. You wouldn't expect it. He hates that when I say that things are bugs, because bugs have, like, a really specific designation of, like, what constitutes a bug and what doesn't. Like, they're insects, but in order to be a bug, it has to, like, fucking live on a plant or something. I don't know. There's some weird... So he's always just like, no, that's not a bug, Sarah. It's an insect, And, like... And he tells me about their weird, like, dissection shit that they do. Like, if you guys remember back in biology, when you used to, like, have a frog and you'd, like, dissect the frog, well, he does that with, like, fucking honeybees. Like, he gets this little tiny fucking microscope thing and, like, these little tiny knife thingies, and he, like, cuts them open to, like, poke around at, like, their intestines and shit. Only they're fucking honeybees. They're, like, that big, Like, it's cool. He doesn't even talk about the shit that he does on here. But he's, like, the bug master. Like, that's what... Like, if this were Pokemon World, he'd be running around with, like, fucking Caterpies and shit. So... Yeah, you guys should all talk to him. He's been he's, like, my dude friend, and he has been for 10 years now. And I don't get to see him as often because he's up where my parents are, whereas I'm in San Diego, which isn't close to where my parents are, thank fuck. But we usually see each other once every couple of months and hang out, and see, that's the other good thing about Vincent. I talk a lot, as you guys probably know. Not as bad as fucking Tentacles, because, like, nobody's that bad, probably. But, like, whenever we hang out, we, like, go to the movies, and then we go to, like, some usually super ghetto Carl's Jr., or, somewhere else, and then we sit for, like, 4 hours, and I, like, talk at him, and then, like, at the 4-hour mark, I'm like, oh, Vincent, what's going on with your life? And he'll be like, we'll spend, like, 5 minutes talking about some, like, his bug shit that's, could take up more than 5 minutes, but he's just like, no, Sarah, you just talk forever by yourself. So, and then we do that, like, every couple of months. I could say a lot about Vincent. He was like, oh, it's gonna be the shortest video you ever made if you talk about me. I've known you for 10 years. No, I have a shitload to talk about. Okay, this dude, right, Vincent, he's like fucking 6'5" or something. He's like a fucking giant. And he has, like, this full-on, like, beard thing, which is, like, exactly what Pirate dreams of having, only he can't because he, like, fails at growing facial hair. So anyway, every time I see Vincent, I'm like, don't let Pirate see you or he's gonna steal your beard while you sleep. But no, like, Vincent is, like, this, like, dude. He's, like, 1 billion feet tall. Our other dude friend, Christopher, grew to be, like, 1 billion feet tall. Right? So even though I'm, like, 5'7", I stand next to them, and I'm like this little midget creature. And it's terrible. They're like, oh, you're so little. And I'm like, fuck you in the face. Christopher I could also talk about, because he's been dating this girl for 5 years, and she's the most boring creature on the entire planet, and he's probably gonna marry her, and he's becoming a male nurse for her, and, oh god, I can't. Vincent, I can't. You need to make him unfuck his life. But anyway, and then Vincent's brother, Kenny, this is good. Kenny likes pickles a lot, and he puts them on literally every single thing that he eats. So when I was working at the pizza place before, Vincent and his family would come in, and Kenny would get like every single like food item that we had, but put pickles on it. So he'd be like, oh, here's some spaghetti with pickles on it. Here's some pizza with pickles on it. And here's like a salad that's mostly just covered in pickles. And it's so weird. And this was years ago. And so I asked Vincent, I'm like, has Kenny gotten over his pickle thing? And he's like, no, he still does that. And Kenny has a rap alter ego, which, his name, you guys should Google for this. It's Manual Paradise on YouTube, which for me, like, as soon as I heard that name, I was like, but that's like masturbation, because it's like Manual Paradise. But I guess he didn't pick up on that context when he made his name. Anyway, so, yep. Vincent's the source of a lot of my really, really shitty, like, sci-fi movies that I adore. So, like, anything with, like, he got me Pterodactyl, which is perfection. And, like, any sort of, like, this mutant creature fighting this mutant creature and, like, munching on people, or, like, anything ending in apocalypse. Like, those kind of movies that I live off of, Vincent's the one that gets them for me. So, everybody, the main point of this video is, number one, I talk a lot. Number two, Australia has good TV. Number three, Iceland is the shit. And number four, you guys should all be friends with Vincent. Because, like, would I be friends with him if he weren't cool? No, okay? And ask him about bug shit, because he knows fucking everything. I'll be like, hey, I took a picture of this random fucking bug today, and he'll be like, I know exactly what that is, and let me tell you details about it. Like, it's really cool, okay? What the fuck am I an expert on? Pokemon? Okay, no. Like, that's not cool. Like, that's the extent of my expertise. So, yeah, be friends with Vincent, who's not even fucking, like, awake right now, or, like, present. Oh, no, what did he say he was doing? Some school thing, or something that's not as important as Free For All Friday. Whatever. Okay, I'm gonna stop this video now. It's 22 minutes. I think this is my longest one. I talk a lot. Okay, yes, this is it.